Well, hello, my coloring weirdos. Welcome back to another Color and Chat. Today, of course, we are going to be featuring the lovely Ms. Retro Deco. Once again, this is my latest book. Usually, I try not to do two Color and Chats from the same book, with the exception of when I have a new release, because obviously it's a new release and I'm excited about it. So I do what I want, okay? I don't think anybody's complaining anyway. So, welcome back, Retro Deco, the bound version like this that you are watching me coloring in today, or listening, whatever it is that you're doing when you are watching this video, whether you're watching, listening, whatever. The bound version that I am coloring in today can be purchased via Amazon. If you prefer a printable version, hop on over to my Etsy shop for that. Links are down below as always, but for easy reference, you can visit my website, links to where you can find me online, links to all of my books. All of that good stuff can be found on my website. This is the little lady that we are going to be coloring in today. I did go in and add a few extra little flourishes. I will insert an image of what this page looked like before, and then after I added the flourishes, I didn't add a whole lot. I just needed to add a little something, which is what I encourage you to do. Not everyone is going to feel up for it. Not everybody is going to want to. Not everybody's going to feel that they can, but I'm going to encourage all of you to just add some extra bits and bobs to my pages, personalize them a little bit more, just challenge yourself and have some fun. Why not? I always tell you guys in my books, you guys have at least 25 pages to make screw-ups in. So I promise you, of those 25 pages, you can at least end up with one that you like, right? But if you go through my entire book and you screw it all up, I guarantee you that even if you hate it when you're done, you will have learned several lessons. Here I am. Not a day can go by that I can't try to encourage you guys or teach you guys something or plant some sort of fiendish seed in your brain to hopefully further your creative practice. Okay, supplies for today. Sip of my coffee first. By the way, before I even start coloring, how long have I been rambling before I start coloring? I will be drinking coffee and probably tea today. I have found quite possibly the unholiest pairing of beverages. I found a black tea espresso mix. I know. Sounds fiendish and I can't wait. Any excuse to get more caffeine in me. Does the caffeine even make a difference? I don't know, because I'm spastic all the time. But I like it. Cali art markers for today. I will definitely be adding more colors and pens into the mix later, but for now we are going with Cali arts. If you've been here for a while, you know that I am trying to use up every single marker in the Cali art set and use it to death. So that's what we are going to be doing today. And if you are curious about the colors that I'm using, pink, red, green, and an orangey color, basically. But if we're getting technical, if you have the set Y713 Salmon, R107 Vermilion, R605 Cerise, and G318 Ocean Green. How are we already stuck? Girl, get it together. Okay, well, it's because I don't know if I want to go green on the outside, red here. We are going to go, I'm getting this feeling that I want to do green hair and a green skirt. So, in that case, whoops, I literally just bumped my head on my tripod, I'm sorry. Okay, I don't want the green and the red to touch necessarily because that's going to give me Christmassy vibes, which is not what I'm going for. You know what? Let's just. I don't usually start with the figure first, but today I must be in a mood or something. I don't know what we can attribute my current state of mind to. But green it shall be. When I was pulling colors for this, I had an idea to take this in a Palm Beach or Miami Golden Girls type of direction with peaches and minty greens, really pastel aquas and dusty pinks. I thought that would be fun because she's really frothy and there's this weird shape in the background on the, I don't know if she's sitting on a bench or a chair of some sort, but there's that kind of swoopy late 80s, early 90s look to it. And we all know I love the Golden Girls, and so I had that in mind a little bit, but I didn't go in that direction. I thought, no, let's just play with the bold colors, but I think that would be a fun direction to take this in. At least one page in this book is going to get the Golden Girls treatment. This should have done it, but it's okay. There's a really distinct early 90s, late 80s look that it's one of those aesthetics that I love to hate. It's that peach and the pastel pink and the fronds, the palm trees, and all of that. Some of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about. And, oh, God, I hated it as a kid, and I hate it now, and I swear, I was a very bizarro child because I was way too young to care about that kind of thing at my age, but I just, I don't know. Just things like that stuck out to me because, I don't know, it's just something about that style. I would see it on TV when I was a kid because obviously, again, it was before my time, but still I could see it on TV and the remnants of it in stores and in catalogs and that kind of thing. It just, oh, the colors just hurt. They hurt me even back then. They still do. And yet, masochist that I am, I'm itching to use them. I kind of gave a throwback to that in the cover just a little. I don't know. Just because I dislike something, I still manage to find the merits in it. How? I don't know. Why? I don't know. But I do. Okay, so we're also going to do green here. How rude of me. I didn't even ask how you all have been. How have you all been since my last color and chat? There are people who are on my channel strictly for art. There are people here who are present strictly for coloring books. There are some people who flow in between everything that I do. But for those of you who are here specifically for coloring, since we've not seen each other in a couple of weeks, a few weeks, it's been a while. How are you? Hopefully you've been doing well. I have been doing well. I was going to say I've been doing fabulously, but is anybody really doing fabulously right now? I guess, relatively speaking, yeah, I'm doing okay. With the winter officially here, I'm noticing that people are more in survival mode than they've been all year. And I have to tell you guys, no one enjoys wallowing in misery. Nobody does. Nobody does. And if you do, you should probably get professional help. And I'm not saying that to be snarky. I'm just saying, listen, if you enjoy being miserable, you should probably have that looked at. But instead of putting your life on hold, you should try to alter your habits and see things from a different perspective. And I know that sounds awfully after school special, awfully positive, but just hear me out. Listen, we're all in different boats. I understand. But if you're one of these people who's sitting at home, agonizing, upset, and just watching the time tick by until you can go back outside and live your life, why not, instead of wasting your time, because we get one chance at this life. I mean, okay, I know, but Karla, you're a vampire. What are you talking about? You get one go around, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I'm going to put my human shoes on for a second, because I love you guys, my humans. I love you out there. So disregard the fact that I'm a bloodsucker. Just forget all of that for half a second, okay? Just listen. Instead of sitting around being a slob in your pajamas, binging Netflix, waiting for the day that you can go back outside, develop new habits. Get dressed anyway. Go for a walk. Do something fun. Pick up a new hobby. Call your friends, goddammit. Just do something instead of complaining. The reason people complain so much is because it's so easy to complain. People don't like to put in the work. They just don't. One question I get asked every so often is, oh, we don't know how you do it. Where do you get the energy to work so much? Blah, blah, blah. I put in the work. I put in the work. I put in the work. This doesn't come naturally. This isn't some magical power that I possess. I'm not discounting any of the artists out there who are just natural born prodigies who can rival Michelangelo by the time they're 3 years old. That they exist, and I admire the hell out of them. But for me, not only was I a late bloomer when it came to art, but I put in the work. I work a lot. If you watch my vlogs, you know that my days consist of work, 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 more work, 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 work. And I never complain about it because I freaking love what I do. And even when I was in school, even when I was working several jobs, physical jobs, I still have a day job that's online, which has been slow lately, which, yeah, has given me more time to work. But when I was working actual physical jobs, and I'm talking physical like retail, I worked retail jobs, okay? Not all of them, but some of them were retail jobs. I would still work, and every free second that I had, I was drawing. I was working on something creative. So, no slouching. There's no time for slouching. I like this green. It's pretty, isn't it? I really do. I need to find a shade of green this color. I've been lamenting that I cannot find a nice, deep, beautiful emerald green for my nails. I have lime green. I have olive green. I have metallic green. I have every shade of green except for a nice, beautiful emerald. It's just not a popular color, apparently. I've tried. I've tried every beauty supply place. I've tried everywhere. No one has it. It's impossible. People just don't like that color. I even have ugly, poopy, like cactus greens, but this shade, it eludes me. Pink or pink? 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 Pink, 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 pink? Should this be pink or should it be red? Wait, whoa, we haven't handled this. I'm getting too ahead of myself. Okay. I was talking about that peach fantasy that I wanted to play with earlier. So we're going to do it here. Ew. This is looking far more orange than pink. So hopefully it will lighten up a little bit when it dries, because this is not what I wanted. It just looks so wildly different on the paper that I swatch on. Look. Do you see? Well, you may not translate especially well on camera, but trust. It is far more orange than I wanted. Oh, she's giving me a weird St. Patrick's Day look, which it's not what I wanted at all. But if we'll remember from the previous page that I colored in this book, I am all about exploring ugly, unexpected color palettes. In this book especially. And if you need a refresher, we did this page last time. Oh, kind of the same vibes. Green or ish. Kind of. Right? Kind of, sort of. Not really. Yeah, we're definitely going to need some peach on this one. Maybe her chiffon sleeves, that portion could be peach. Peach and green is a cute little mix. So let's see about doing that. God, I just love this shade of green. Emerald green, there's just something about it that I love so much. Purple and greens would have to be my absolute favorite colors. Warm purples and greens. And then as decor, I love to decorate with fuchsia. I don't know. I don't understand my color preferences sometimes. Okay, so I'm reaching for my marker bag because we're going to need a peach. We're going to need a peach. So there's one called Skin White, and then there's one called Barely Beige. Skin White, it's not even white at all. It's pink. Anyways, we're going to go with Barely Beige. So we'll set that aside. Should we do this in that peach color? Let's see. Are you screaming at the screen right now going, girl, you are purposely trying to make this as ugly as possible? Yeah, I am, actually. I may hate the results at the very end, but here's the thing. I guarantee you, me going through and playing with all of these ugly colors is far more entertaining than if I had just gone in and grabbed 2 or 3 colors that I know are going to work. These colors are absolutely atrocious and I'm living for it. Okay, let's do the background in red. Oh man, this is just horrible. Hey, I take pride in being a rogue colorist, okay? Hear me out. If you are out there vomiting right now at the atrocities that are occurring before your eyes, just hear me out for a second. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. How many people out there, how many coloring book creators are out there encouraging you to play in your books? I mean, to truly play in your books. Coloring books were created for children. Then adults found them as a way to relieve stress. And then somewhere along the way, because adults destroy everything that's good, coloring books ended up turning into this weird community of elitist colorists who want to make everything just absolute perfection with their techniques and all that kind of stuff, which, listen, different strokes for different folks. If you want to become a master colorist, I have nothing against that at all. As I told you before, I am not a colorist. I'm an illustrator, first and foremost. There are people out there who blow my mind to bits with their coloring skills. They're incredible. But from the bottom of my heart, the intention of my books, I created them, first of all, as a means for me to enjoy myself. They were my escapism, the creation of them, right? But I created them with the intention of hoping that people would rediscover an appreciation for creativity, that childhood naivete, if you will, of just grabbing some crayons and making an unholy mess. That's what I wanted. And so people can do with my books whatever they want to. That's fine. But when I spew these messages to you of making messes and having fun, I truly mean it. And how many people out there are encouraging you to do that? Not very many, right? So if I am to occupy any space in the coloring book world, that's the space I proudly occupy, and it's being the rogue colorist who just wants you to do whatever the hell you want and enjoy yourself in the process. Most of you understand that message. That's why you're here, and I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's no right or wrong way to color. And I suppose that little soapboxy lecture was partially, if not completely, brought upon by my reading comments to the effect of, oh, I didn't like this color palette and I'm too embarrassed to show it, or oh, I was discouraged because I chose horrible colors. Baby, this is the land of coloring. You may have a million rules to abide by in your real life, at work, at school, whatever it is that you occupy your time with, but in coloring, at least on my coloring planet, honey, there are no rules. And anybody who thinks there are can kick rocks. Anybody tells you you're doing something wrong in your coloring books, remind them, hey, it's just a coloring book. Don't get your panties in a twist. Should we make the red bleed out all around? Sure. Because I don't know what else to do. I could introduce a new color, but I'm trying to be a good girl and not introduce too many marker colors this time. I enjoy limiting myself on purpose, and it's not something that I've done recently. I was going through some old artwork the other day, and I noticed that there was a period in my time, that was an awkwardly worded sentence, there was a period in time when I would use only 1 or 2 colors of ink while I was, or watercolors while I was painting. And there was something nice about that. It gave a really cool, simple look to my work, which I appreciate. And now that I've been coloring in my books, I want to see what that feels like with markers, because it was one experience entirely with watercolors and ink, but with markers, it's something else. So I'm trying to explore that a little bit in my coloring books. That is the limited colors. And it's also a way for me to practice what I preach, because I tell people all the time, don't be limited. Don't limit yourself because you don't have a lot of markers or because you can't afford a lot or whatever the reason is. If you only have a handful of markers, you're fine. You're totally fine. Don't need any more. Work with what you have. In fact, it's actually not even a hindrance if you can only afford 2 or 3 markers, because by having 2 or 3 markers at your disposal, you are going to be forced to think and be a lot more creative with what you have, and you're going to develop your own style quite easily with a limited number of supplies. You don't get option fatigue. I need to put this pink somewhere else. This right here is bugging the hell out of me. I need to do something with that. Everything is bugging me. Just this page in general is just... Okay. Just to appease the demons, I'm going to put the peach on her sleeve. God, this is so ugly, and I love it. I'm envisioning this in person. This green frothy creature with this peach, or that's not even peach, it's more of a tan, or this, what color is this? The skin white. Green-haired creature with peachy beige chiffon. This is putting me in the mood for some Thierry Mugler. Thierry Mugler, you say, the Lord of the 80s. I happen to have Aura by Mr. Thierry Mugler. Not my favorite fragrance. It smells like, I've said this before, and I'm sticking to it. It smells like fresh cut celery, overripe raspberries, and fresh cut grass. Bizarre. Hey, they kind of look the same. They're both, well, it's not really frothy, it's more faceted, but whatever. That's going to sit on my desk right here for 80s inspiration, although that is not an 80s fragrance. That's fairly new, actually. But still, Thierry Mugler is the god of the 80s. I love Thierry Mugler fashion. Oh my god. Look through his fashions. One of my favorite fashion designers, hands down. Period, no question. I like this idea of a chiffon bodysuit now. This, whatever it is, it's a dress. Does it have legs? I don't know. Is it a jumpsuit with frothy bottoms? I don't know. That's her name. Her name is now Lady Frothy Bottom. She's frothy at the top too, but Lady Frothy Bottom. I like it. Okay, Ladykins. We're going to put this pink on what I'm assuming is the makeup body paint on her face. And then her nails, yeah. Or we need to take care of the bench that she's sitting on. So let's just go ahead and make that the same color as the top part of it. And then I think I'm going to leave her alone for the day. All of my other babies need attention, so even though I want to work on this one some more, I don't want all of my daylight to go to a color and chat. I have other things to do. So we're going to switch gears here. I should probably eat because I still haven't eaten and I need to do that. So, but I want to keep working. I actually want to continue working on this. I'm telling you, when I use hideous colors, it's actually an encouragement. I want to continue playing. A little bit of bleeding happened here, which was not intentional. So we're going to fill that in because it is irking me to no end. And once I fill this in, I'm going to leave you. Actually, no, I'm just going to leave you and fill it in. So I will be seeing you guys in a minute. Continuing work on this little lady the next day. I don't know how much I'm going to be doing on camera today. I don't anticipate that it's going to be a whole lot. I just wanted to pop on really quickly to show you what I am going to do. And that is, I pulled out one of the soufflés that I rarely use. I never use this pen. As it is, I rarely use the soufflés. The soufflés are yet another Jelly Roll pen. These are basically the opposite of the glaze, in that the glaze pen is a glossy pen that dries to a bit of a relief, but there, and by relief I mean a relief, like a relief sculpture, a relief map. You can feel it, it's texture. So the glaze dries in a little bit of a slight relief, and the soufflé does the same thing as well. The only difference is the soufflé, as you can see, is a matte finish. So the glaze is glossy, the soufflé is matte. And this is this hideous peach color. And because we're going with the peach thing here, I thought today's the day we whip out this ugly peach pen. Now the soufflés are a little intimidating. They can be anyway to some people, because as you can see here, when they lay down wet, you can't really see what the final color is going to look like. The ink almost looks translucent. So you're kind of guessing as far as where you're placing your pen. So you kind of have to either trust yourself or just be unafraid to screw up with these. And they take a while to start appearing. You can see here that I'm already on this section down here, and the first section that I laid down is barely beginning to dry. They're kind of So they're kind of fun in that respect, but I can see why some people would not like them very much. The glaze and the souffle aren't really designed for this purpose. That's just me being me and using things I'm not supposed to use. I know, Karla, blah, 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 blah. I know. But using regular gel pens just doesn't cut it sometimes for the effects that I'm going for. So I have to think of ways to use other gel pens. So in this case, as I often say but rarely follow through on, I want to not use a lot of white highlights. Maybe I'll actually go through with it this time, I don't know. But I want to stick with a more monochromatic highlight. And so that's why we're going with the peach. It works well though, right? It's not drawing too much attention, so that way if I do add a white highlight, it will make the areas where I add that white highlight stand out instead of everything blending in together. Because generally when I use a white highlight, I will put it on the background, on the figure, everything. So therefore, everything is highlighted equally, which in some cases is desirable, but sometimes I want more emphasis on a certain area of the figure, for instance, but I still want the background highlighted. So in those cases, I would like to use a different color highlight for the background and then keep all of the brighter, more high contrast white highlights in the foreground on the figure. Hopefully all of that made sense. So aside from the souffle, we are also going to play with a moonlight. Now, the moonlights are nothing new. I use them all the time. I use them to death. And for this, I'm going to be using it to highlight her hair. Her hair and the ruffles. And this is going to take a long time. Well, not a long time, but it's going to be quite tedious, especially when I get down to the ruffles. So I'm just going to do the hair, and then I'm going to complete it off camera, and then I will check in with you when I'm ready to move on. And this one is a little thick. This is the standard tip. I don't think I have it in a thinner one. I often purchase the fine tip moonlight as well. No, I don't have it. Poop. Okay, well, that's fine. Because for instances like this, where I'm trying to highlight little teensy tiny areas, the thinner tip obviously would be the ideal choice. But that's okay. I'm not going to cry over a coloring book, although it would be nice to have it. So I'll have to put that on my shopping list, because I do actually have to place an order pretty soon here for some pens, because of course, oh my god, you guys, if you could see how many pens I go through every month, it's disgusting. On the one hand, I understand because I'm drawing daily, but ugh. Art, it's an expensive passion, hobby, whatever it is to you. If you're obsessive about it like I am, it's an expensive habit for sure. Some people like wine, some people buy pens. I can't complain about art being my only vice, can I? No, it's the best one to have. But I'm already formulating my next pen order in my head right now. You know what? Before I forget, I'm going to write it down because that's probably what my deal is. Okay. Green. Cool. Now I won't forget. I'm one of those people. I have so much going on in my head at all times. At all times. It could be a bit infuriating sometimes, but I have a million projects in my head and they're always buzzing and things I need to do, always buzzing around. And I am incapable of remembering everything that I need to do or prioritizing in my head. I have to physically write it down. Sometimes I have so much to do in one day that I actually need, and I never thought I'd be one of these people who could do this, but sometimes, now I can't do it every day, but sometimes when I have so much to do, I will break down my day in order. Sometimes hour by hour, and I give myself a little bit of leniency in terms of if I say, hey, start this at noon and finish it by 1, if I started at 12:15 and finish it at 1:15, that's fine. Like I give myself a little bit of leeway, but I will break down my day sometimes. And it helps. It helps a lot. I'm all for chaotic energy, but man, if you're trying to do something and make it work, get something done, meet those deadlines, self-imposed deadlines, you have to sometimes go to extreme measures. And in my brain, breaking down my day hour by hour is an extreme measure. Some people probably do that daily, I know, but I'm just, I've never been one of those animals, but sometimes it definitely works. All right, by now you get the gist of what I'm doing, yes? So I'm going to be going ahead and doing that all the way at the bottom. And then by the time I get back to coloring today, I will likely have lost all of my daylight. So I'm going to see you again probably tomorrow, and hopefully that will be the last session of coloring on this little lady. I tried to keep my sessions to 3 at the most. It's just something I do for my coloring. So we will wrap it up when next I see you. All right, so let's finish up this little 1980s monstrosity today, shall we? Don't want to work on her anymore. We are on session number 3, and as I mentioned, I don't like to spend more than 3 sessions on a page. So we're going to finish her up today, and I'm going to be pulling out, let's see. Am I going to use the glaze today? I don't think so. I don't think we need the glaze today, but I pulled out my gold Sparkle Pop, and I was bitching about wanting green nails. This isn't the emerald green that I was saying that I wanted, but this is one of the greens that I have, and look, it happens to kind of match her ensemble. So I grabbed it. Okay. I was also saying that I didn't want to do any white, but I want to make her outfit not black latex or PVC or any of that material. I wanted it to be sequiny. So what I'm going to do is put some sequin sparkle on it because I love sequins. Love sequins. If you've been following me for any stretch on Instagram and you've seen my outfits, I don't post my clothing that often. I should post more outfit photos, shouldn't I? But I do wear a lot of sequins, and I love sequins. Black ones in particular. My wardrobe is full of black sequins. And so the way that I show sequins in my work is to just add dots. sparkly dots, like so. And then I put in a little bit of sparkle action, not too crazy. I said I didn't want to put white highlights on it, and I'm not. This is clothing sparkle because she's wearing sequins. She's going to be a little sparkly if she's wearing sequins, but not too much. We aren't going to go super nutty on this. And the neck piece as well. Okay, and I haven't decided yet exactly what I'm going to do with her makeup. So I've left her face bare. I don't even know if I want to color in her skin. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But as you know, I don't like normal flesh tones, so I don't know if I'm gonna fill it in with a color or just leave it. I don't know. I don't know. So let's just go ahead and add gold to her earrings. Again, this is the Sparkle Pop, which is the same as the Pentel Dual Hybrid Metallic if you have those available. I always have the art supplies that I use either listed or linked. If I can't find the link on Amazon, then I at least have the name down there. So if you want to go search around somewhere else, you can definitely do that. But these, I always list, well, not always, but sometimes I list both the Hybrid Metallic and the Sparkle Pop. They're the same thing. So don't buy both. Okay, and let's bring some gold into her makeup. And this will be cute. We'll outline her outfit in gold as well. I love a good green and gold combo. I mean, obviously. My art is definitely a reflection of my personal tastes. Both my fantastical fantasy tastes and my real life tastes. I mean, hello, gold, green, sparkle, sequins, pointy nails, 80s clothes. I'm all about that life. Should we give her gold lips or black lips? Black lipstick. We could give her a red lip too, but girl, I want to do black, but gold is appealing to me as well. Let's just do black. Let's do black. A cute little black pouty mouth and eyes. Just leave her green eye. And eyeshadow. Let's go ahead and do green eyeshadow as well. Cute. pull some of that green into her outfit just a little bit. Cool. And as far as her little chiffon situation is concerned, it needs something. So we added the sequins to her little corset and her neck piece. So let's just add a little bit of sequiny sparkle to that as well. And then I think we'll be done with her. Her face is annoying the hell out of me though, because it is a little bit too plain for my liking. I don't want to put a big lash on her. Surprise, surprise, I know. But hey, even sometimes I don't wear my giant drag queen lashes. I'm not wearing them today. So I'll figure it out. I'll do something fairly subtle-ish. Subtle. With her eye makeup, but well, so subtle. Hey. She's relatively subtle, okay? She's wearing a neutral, that counts. Yeah, no, we can't leave her skin like that, but what am I going to do? I don't know, guys. I really don't. And here she goes with the white highlights that she said she wasn't going to do. But I'm just trying to mirror the sparkles of the sequin. So I'm not going to overdo it. I'm not going to overtake this entire outfit with little glitter sparkles. Just like that, in a few areas, we'll concentrate them just a little bit more right here towards where she's the brightest. How well this is translating on camera, I don't know, but the white is adding a nice subtle dimension to the peach. I like it a lot. Okay. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do with your face, girl? How about we do a pointy little new wavy Cleopatra Egyptian eyeliner. some of that. And then a little bit of gold. Now she's kind of looking like, I don't know, some kind of Susie Sue Adam Ant hybrid, which I don't hate. Actually, I do. I don't like that. Liar. I said I didn't hate it, and then I ended up covering it up. I covered it up because I didn't hate it, though. I didn't. It's because the pen that I used was a little bit too thick. And I liked the idea of the lines, but I wanted a thinner line. And after I covered it, I thought, to hell with it. I'm not even going to go grab a thinner pen and do it. I'm just going to leave it as is. And I did add a little bit of gold. I extended the gold eyeliner all the way that way. And we're going to outline more of the outfit with gold. And then I'm going to put some gold stripes, how I do sometimes, right here, just standard Karla stuff. Karla isms, I guess, just to fill in the space. And should we go ahead and do it throughout? I think I will. Let's see. Yeah, I like the way this red, or the gold, looks against the red. So let's do a little more of that. Ooh, it looks really cool in person. Yep, I like that. It looks cool. If you're not getting a good view of it now, you will at the end when I insert the completed page. Now, what are we going to do about the red out here? Should we do some of that coral? Let's grab that coral. And shoot. Are we going to... Let's see. Just a sloppy, rough, thin outline. I don't want to go too heavy. Guess we'll leave it like that. And, oh my God, girl, she needs something on the face. I have a highlighter sitting in my box right here just looking at me. And that's what's going to happen. She's going to get the full-on neon yellow 80s fantasy. And we'll pull some of that yellow into the outfit as well. Was it a mistake? Maybe. Am I going to cry about it? No. Let's just make this a full-on glow situation. So let's bring the highlight out even pull it into the hair a little bit because it is, again, not sure how it's translating on camera, but putting this yellow, this brighter yellow down is definitely giving it an illusion of being more illuminated because it's altering the color quite a bit underneath it, which is kind of cool. Face is still looking a little plain though. It needs maybe a subtle, I said I didn't want to do a lash. I said no lash, but I think she's going to get a little something. We'll see. All right. I think we're going to call it done on little Mrs. Rufflebottom. What did I call her earlier? Was it Lady Rufflebottom? I don't know. Whatever she is, this little 80s new wave neon fashion monster demon creature is complete. Thank you so much for joining me for another color and chat. I quite enjoyed this one. I like the results, but I'm not sure that I'm in love with it. That's fine. There's something about her I think is really cool. There's a throwback punchy, highly saturated 80s comic book look to her that I like. And I had a lot of fun experimenting with colors, a color combination that I personally would not generally gravitate towards in terms of my selecting my own colors. I wouldn't have paired this funky orange with a neon pink, but I like it. I hope that this encourages you to try some ugly color combos. Just grab some ugly colors on purpose. You may like it, you may not, but you're probably going to have fun in the process. Once again, this book is my latest title, Retro Deco, the bound version available on Amazon, printable version via my Etsy shop. We are done. Thank you once again. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget, if you color these pages, tag them on Instagram with the designated hashtag right here on the front, not the title page, but the author page of the book right there. Use that hashtag so I can peep your pages. If you're in the Facebook group, I will hop in there and take a peek pretty soon. I haven't been in there in a few days to look at everyone's lovely work, but I will. Okay, shut up. I will see you in the next one.